If your business is currently not digitizing, you should really look at opportunities to digitize. And for any startups, right now is the best time to look at what new offerings will be coming out of this whole crisis.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Leadership Stack Podcast, the podcast for entrepreneurs by entrepreneurs to increase your leadership, teamwork, and profits. This is your host, Sean C., aka Mr. CEO at 22.
Find something that is passionate for you. Start doing it similarly as you would with any social media. Consistency. Go out there, start recording the first podcast, even though it may not be the best one, and just kind of grow from there. Listen to what your audience is telling you, what they would like to listen to more, and then kind of build content around that.
I'm wondering about the monetization side. So maybe people who are listening in they're hooked now because they want to know about the platform. How is that matching with the advertiser? How is that going to happen? Is there a choice for them to choose who the advertisers are? How's the payout going to be? Just let us know.
So just coming back, I know you said that your show isn't monetized right now, but you should definitely look into this. I think the landscape is changing right now, just from a year ago where you look at people like Joe Rogan, going exclusive with Spotify. There was a lot of debate about this. Why did Joe Rogan go? And could, individual podcaster like yourself being able to put advertising into the new technologies being built right now. So I think the landscape is completely different. I kind of liken it to games. So in the past, people always think that only the bigger games get, brand sponsorship or get lots and lots of money. But almost every game has a solution to monetize. Even if you create a very simple game and all you do is just basically serve a couple of ads, that's actually advertising dollars that's going into your pocket and actually helps with that game's monetization. So I do think podcasts will go down this route where potentially every single podcaster will have the option to turn on and off the monetization option. And it's just a matter of time. The way Matchcast works is very simple. So if you go to the website, you have an onboarding process. And so if you are a podcaster, all you need to do is it's free. Create an account with Matchcast. First of all, you need to actually submit your RSS link, or if in the event you actually type in your name and search for it, and then create an account within Matchcast. Go through a verification process. Now, I need to explain why the verification process. What being on our platform means that you might only see all your podcasts, but on the brand side, they will actually see your podcast being featured when they search for podcasts. So they would search our platform for over 1.5 million podcasts. They might be looking specifically into, for example, business in Philippines and entrepreneurship. And when that shows up, all the podcasts that are in that category, like in this case, Sean, if you are with us, your podcast actually get featured right on top. And they will actually look at that. And then they'll be saying, okay, I like this. Once they open it up, they can see your schedule. They will know, they can listen to some of your podcasts and they say, hey, I like Sean's show, so I'm interested. They let us know and we actually reach out to you for a native sponsorship. But what we're also planning is for future, when you are with us, all on network of podcasters could activate automatic programmatic sponsorship. So what then you do is basically tell us that, look, I want to have sponsors within my show. I'm going to create ad breakers and you go and put ads into those podcasts for me. And we will just do that with the ad campaign style that we have. So by actually adding yourself to our platform, you get discovered by all the brands that are using our platform to search, identify podcasts that are relevant for their brand. And they want to guide a sponsor or actually be able to buy spots directly into the podcast. And that's what Matchcast really do as an intermediary of these advertising. More altruistically, I think our goal is to actually make, the necessity or rather the ability to become a full-time podcaster a reality, perhaps in Southeast Asia, which I think, that's already happening in markets like US and China. But we haven't seen that happening in Southeast Asia. And we think we can play a part in that, just allowing people to have an alternative lifestyle beyond just, working on something that they are really excited about, like creating a podcast that reaches the homes of every single ears and of every single listeners that they have and make a living out of that.
That's amazing. That is amazing. So if you guys listening in want to start your own podcast, or if you already have it, Matchcast is one of the ways that you can start monetizing, start getting income. Maybe, a guy like me, 1.5 years in the podcasting, industry, I haven't been making anything. But again, I wasn't really trying as well to monetize it. I haven't reached out to sponsors yet. This is something that you might want to look into. So Jamie, about the payout, how do you pay out using Matchcasts? Because you're going to match the podcasters with the advertisers. When that happens, of course, the thing that we look forward to the most, when can I see the money? Show me the money, right? So how do you pay out the advertising money to the podcaster?
Absolutely. So one of the things is in your dashboard, you'll be able to look at all the campaigns that you're matched with. And you can actually, as a podcaster, select the brands that you want to work with. And once you're actually doing that and you actually launch the campaign, what then happens is on our backend, we will do an ad check, which is the same thing as just making sure that indeed, either the advertising, the mention actually goes out. It would be a 30-second host read ad or a 60-second host read ad. And once that's gone out, it actually we pay out directly to your account, which is either connected to our platform through PayPal or through Stripe. You could actually connect us through your bank account and we'll make it out payment directly to you. And it's really, really simple. The technology are all there. It's all just connected into the platform itself.
Fantastic. Now, a follow-up question with that is, are there any fees with a payout? Are there any fees when you match the advertiser with a podcaster?
Absolutely no fees for the podcaster. So everything we've absorbed it. So including transfer fee will be absorbed by Matchcast. We'll pay you out exactly according to what the campaign cost is going to be like.
That sounds amazing. I wouldn't be surprised if leadership stack is going to be there soon.
Looking forward to have you on board with us.
All right, awesome. Now, Jamie, we have learned tons from you, but if there was one big advice that you would be giving to struggling entrepreneurs out there, 2020 has been savage. What would be the one big advice that you would give to struggling entrepreneurs out there?
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. 2020, I was just watching the news. I couldn't believe it's been a year. And I think it has actually moved a lot of industries, and caused a lot of harm to a lot of industries that are just not ready for such, massive medical crisis. For a lot of business, I think right now, and I've been doing this for a long time, digital transformation. In short, we call it digital transformation, but it's actually not really a lot of time true digital transformation. But I think the COVID-19 crisis has really made a lot of companies stand up and be aware of the potential or struggles of digital transformation. And I think right now, there is a growing trend of companies trying to transform themselves and be less reliant on the existing business. So there have been a lot of companies, deciding to go online. They could be a restaurant and suddenly found hope, during the COVID-19 with food delivery, central kitchen, cloud kitchen, and then there are also businesses that do, retail. I've just found, new leash of life going into e-commerce. And I think that transformation is probably the only heartening things I've seen with COVID-19, pushing everyone down the same direction. Is digitization is really important. It's something that everyone needs to look at. It's going to come whether or not. And another crisis like COVID-19 would just make everyone go online regardless. And that makes something of that so important. So if there's any one advice, I guess, for any struggling, entrepreneurs or SME, is if your business is currently not digitizing, you should really look at opportunities to digitize. And for any startups, right now is the best time to look at what new offerings will be coming out of this whole crisis. There have been many, many businesses that have actually, gotten more funding out of the fact that there's this crisis. So software companies like Zoom is, going off the roof, because of the fact that everyone's using the software all of a sudden compared to a year ago. There are companies like Hopin creates a virtual event and they raise one of the biggest fundraising because they've just gone off the roof with all of the virtual event going online instead of in presence. If your business is right now at the juncture where you think a new idea could actually help make it better, go back to the drawing board, look at what potentially would be used by people in this new pandemic, the new normal, as we call it, will look like, and provide a service for that. It might be really to your advantage. with the existing company, focus on digital transformation, focus on making your business transformative during this year. And then for any struggling entrepreneur stuck with an idea, look at what the new normal could really change in terms of lifestyle, and provide a service in that could really help, once the pandemic changes, and that a software or a product could actually service that segment of businesses.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jamie. I have learned a ton. And if people want to get in touch with you, where can they find you?
Oh, absolutely. So my email is just jamie@matchcast.com, spelled exactly the way my name is spelled. So thanks again for having me. I really appreciate it, Sean.
No problem. It's an honor to have you on the show. I learned a ton. I'm sure the listeners are going to be learning a ton. We're going to have your LinkedIn on the show notes as well. So if you guys are wondering where can I get in touch, where can I know more about Jaime Ng, it is on leadershipstack.com. Look for the episode Jaime Ng. All of the links are going to be there. Jamie, thanks again so much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it. Thanks, Sean.
Get as much as you can and choose your leaders. Go to a company where the leadership is really good. Because whatever it is that you plan to start up someday, if you know leadership well, if you're able to practice it well, I believe that increases your chances of success by 1,000-fold.